Hi there and welcome to another Let's Play Ostriv. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the video and let's get to it. So since the last episode we did have some problems with recording, so we actually have gone ahead and built a few buildings since the last episode. But the two buildings I really wanted to focus on today in this video is the town hall and the trading post. So we do need some more housing at this moment because we are a little bit short. We do have 46 people though, which is great, and a much bigger start from episode 1, which most people died, as you guys will know if you've been following the videos. But we shall get straight into it. So with the town hall you have quite a few options that are very useful, and it is a building that should really be built once you've set up and you've survived your first winter and you've got the resources to build it, and you're making your nails and you're making your clay and all that sort of good stuff that's good for building. So this building first of all replaces your camp centre. So once you've built this building, the camp centre will actually disappear and you will now recruit your builders from here. You also have the ability to have councillors and mayors. I don't believe they really do anything as of yet, as far as I'm aware. Apart from the councillor, I believe, is to do with the manage the seasonal hiring. But I haven't got into that yet, so I will do a video on that later on, but it isn't important quite just yet. You also get this population tab. Now this is very interesting. So it shows you how many adults are in your city, how many are working, labourers, open vacancies. So your open vacancies are jobs that are available. Now this is important because this is one of the criteria for having new people moving into the city. So you need to make sure you have new vacancies. You can also see the unemployment. Now the reason we have it's all women is because the only building I have at the minute that actually uses women is the factory, because back in these days men did certain jobs and women did certain jobs. So most of the jobs that I have in this city at the minute are all for women, all for men, and not many for the women. So we will address that situation in this video. You can also see how many wagons you have, ploughs, trading wagons, fishing boats, all that sort of good stuff. So this is all to do with your population of what you have. So here you have your migration status. So migration is allowed, water supply is sufficient, you have enough food for sale, you don't have enough housing. So at the minute we are building houses, so that should go green soon, and then we should see hopefully a nice little rise in our population. And we don't actually need any religious buildings as of yet. And you need to have jobs available, which we were talking about, the open vacancies. So that's all easy. And then you get this other lovely tab, the economy tab. And in this one, it shows you your stored resources, your produced resources, your spent resources, your sold resources, what you've been exporting, so this is what's going to make you money, and then what you've imported from other cities. Also on this tab you can see where your expenditure's going and how much you're making, so you can roughly work out how you need to make more money and what you need to do to make your income positive, rather than at the minute a very negative income that I've got, which is minus 322 every year, which is quite a lot, and I will actually go bankrupt this year if I don't do something about that. So we do need to start getting some exports going, of which I haven't actually done any exports yet, so we shall look into that one as well. The other building over here is the trading post. Now this building has a world map, and on this world map you can see all the other cities around you. Got our lovely little city in the middle here, and basically if you click on one of these cities you can send a messenger. Sending a messenger will basically tell the other city that you would like to trade with them, and then they'll send a trader out to you, of which you can then trade and basically export or import resources. Now, you don't have to pay for this service. Randomly, on occasions, the cities will actually send you a messenger, and when the messenger arrives, you can then trade with him. He will give you many options, and he'll have his demands. So he'll say, right, I want 300 of this, and if you've got 300 of it and you want to sell it to him, and you'll make some money. Or the other one is he'll be like, this is what I'm selling. So if he's got it on him, great, you can buy it. But if you don't need it, just don't buy it. I haven't actually had to use the service yet, because I actually had a guy from Detachi come over and try and sell me some stuff recently, of which I didn't need anything, nor do I have the cash to buy it, because my cash is very low at the minute. But yeah, we're going to actually try and... oh, there we go, we got a guy coming in from Detachi again. So here we go. He's offering all the lists, and he demands that. So currently we're not actually producing any of his demands, which is a shame, because I would really like to actually start selling. And it looks like we've not got enough food variety, so we're just going to try and address that quick. Okay, yeah, we're going to get a farm going quick, because we need more food variety. They're not happy. Let's build 2 farms. And then we're just going to get the builders. We're going to try and get the maximum builders we can. So a few other buildings that we built since the last episode that I haven't talked to you about yet is we built some markets, because we need to sell the food to our citizens, and I've chosen fish, flour, potatoes and firewood for the moment, because these are the only things my guys actually have producing. And then I built another one here selling exactly the same, so just so they've got enough market stalls to buy what they need. Essentials, it's basically like your little Aldi or your Asda or your Tesco's in the Middle Ages. And the other building we built was a new well, because this one well down here, not only was it too far away for our citizens to get to, it was also running out of water, because one well between 50 odd people just wasn't enough. And as you can see, this bar actually fills up over time, and you need to let it fill up and give it enough time to fill up before they can use it. So if there's no water in there, they won't be able to actually use the well, so you need to just keep an eye on that and make sure you're not running out. We also finally built some boats, of which we've got one that needs repairing, but we built some boats. You have to build the boatyard first. It only takes wood to build a boat, nothing else. And then once you've got the 3 boats, you can then assign your workers to go get some fish. And that is one easy food resource to do early on in the game. Apart from that, I think that is all the buildings that were built off the video. And now we're just kind of sorting our housing out. We need to get some more food variety going, and then I want to try and get trading as soon as possible. I'm actually going to send a messenger and see, it says 6 days distance. This is actually going to take 6 days in game time to make it there, and then I believe once it's there we can actually trade, and I hope they're going to want fish, because I have a lot of fish I need to sell. Hey, they want fish. So let's get the fish into storage. Now one little worker on his own is going to do that. Let's get a few more people working there, and then they should move the fish into the trading post a bit quicker. Now that is the first trade I've made, so I'm kind of interested to see how it all works. Now I'm going to be a really evil mayor of the town, and I'm actually going to lower my guys' basic monthly wage because, quite frankly, I can't afford it at the minute. You guys can have a better wage later on if you do well. But yeah, as you can see, people start to get a bit annoyed with the food variety, so that is something we need to address quite quickly. So we're actually just going to put these farms a little bit ahead. Try and get them built quickly, and then I hope we can have a few different types just from the farms. If not, then we'll have to look into chickens and making eggs, which now we have a trading post we can actually do, because one of the requirements of having animals is you need to actually buy the animals from someone else's city first. So don't go and build a chicken coop or a cow shed or a pigsty straight away at the beginning of the game, because you won't actually be able to use them, and they'll just be sitting there wasting resources that you could have spent on something else that would be a lot more useful for your city. As you can see, the city's starting to come along a bit. It actually looks like a bit of a hustling bustling town now. We have 60 people living here. Okay, so we've got another... Oh, they want fish too. There you go, deal it is. I'm happy. Oh, so this family is actually completely out of food. That's not good. And currently I don't actually have any way of making any more food. So I'm just going to hope people don't start dying before we build these farms. Otherwise we're going to be in some trouble. So another thing that I didn't actually get to talk to you about with the trading post is you have to have one manager, and if you don't have the manager you won't get trade deals and you won't be able to send any trade deals, and you also need to have at least one worker on the trading post, but only if you're actually doing trades, because if you don't have the worker he won't load or unload the wagons that trade the goods. So let's say you buy something from another city, they'll send it all the way over and then there'll be no one there to unload it, so it will go back to the city and the trade will be cancelled. So you need to make sure you have a worker actually working on the trading post just to unload and load. One's fine. Obviously it's going to take longer to load and unload, but that's completely up to you. At the start of the game, when you're struggling for people, you're probably only going to have one on there, but now we're starting to grow and we have spare people who are unemployed and looking for jobs. We can start ramping that up and putting more people on. We do still need more people actually. There we go, there's our trade wagon going in now. So he should have dropped off. He should have taken the fish. But yeah, these farms take quite a while to build. So we just need 600 more thatch and 200 more wood. And then we are good. Now, one tab that I've been looking at is the education tab. I'm not entirely sure if it's even out in Alpha 3, but I have had a little read into the town hall, and councillors and mayors in the future are going to need education of 1 before they can become a mayor or a councillor. So I don't think that's the case right now, because obviously I've got no education and I've got a councillor and a mayor already. But later on you will need to actually educate your people first before you can actually have a mayor or a councillor. Okay, 200 more thatch and then we are ready to rock. Come on, let's do this. This music for this game reminds me a lot of RuneScape, if any of you have played that. In fact, it sounds just like RuneScape. Okay, so click to order a plough. Okay, so we've ordered a plough. I'm not sure who builds that, but we'll have a look in a sec. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so add field. Okay, let's go this way. Too long. Hey. Oh, they ain't half picky. Okay, so now we've got 2 fields. Let's choose what we can. So let's go for wheat and potato. Ah, and there's some jobs for the women. Let's activate those fields. And we... Okay, so we have 2 fields now. I'm actually going to add a few more fields just to get a bit more variety. And I also kind of just want to see how they work. So if we just go like that. And then we'll just put one at the back here. Okay, and we'll activate it. And then this one can be buckwheat, and that one can be sunflower. Activate it. And then, are these guys gonna start working? Or do we need a plough first? I think we need a plough. Let's see, I think we might be able to do that. 1 more orders in queue. Don't actually have a worker. Okay, we've lost a few people. I guess that's to do with food. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. Okay, so hopefully after the winter, they should hopefully start working on this. I'm actually going to build a... What building would it be for a oxen? Right, let's increase the amount of people fishing. At the minute, because it's winter, they can't fish because the lake actually freezes over. Okay, so we are actually going to sell nothing because we don't have anything to sell. It's kind of sad. They are offering food. So I'm actually going to take that deal, just so my people don't starve during the winter. Because they are starting to run low now. This house hasn't got any food. This house has got one fish left. This house not doing too badly. They're going to get ransacked soon if they're not careful. Don't tell anyone how much food you got. That house has no food. That house has only got potatoes and flour. Lovely diet. So yeah, we're starting to get pretty dangerously low. Oh, we've lost even more people. It's not good, guys. It's not good. Okay, so we're going to have to seriously ramp down production soon, I think. So, we got no builders now. Builders are all gone. The women can stay on the farm because we actually don't have an issue with women workers at the minute. I'm going to take a few off of there. We don't need that many builders right now. Food is more important. We don't need to be making boats. We don't need all those fishermen. Forestry can stay working. And we just need to get through this winter. Okay, so these families are far too rich. They are richer than me. And we just can't have that. So actually, I'm going to go to the economy and we're going to really make their wage terrible now. They can have 20p a month. Labourers, you can also have 20p a month. But your rent's only going to be 10p. So you've actually got 10p left for yourselves. You should be happy, guys. Be happy they let you have any money. Oh, they didn't like that. Oh no, we've only got 47p left. It's not looking hopeful for us here, if I'm going to be honest, guys. Come on, let's get working. Let's release that food back into the population, that might help matters just for the moment. And by the looks of things, yes it did. Looks like it's going to the market and then they can actually buy from the market. So yeah, that's sorting out our food crisis. Okay, and the money's going back up, so I guess that was my very North Korea policies that have probably helped there. And we're out of the winter, so things are looking up for our lovely city again. Let's get some people fishing, because we really need fish. And the question is, are they going to start farming? They are. Okay, so we had a rough year. Things are starting to look better now. We meet all the criteria for new people to join, so hopefully we should see a few more people migrating soon. Things should go back to a bit more normal. So we've skipped the ploughing. I guess that would increase yield. And then we've got the growth stage, the ripening stage, and the harvesting stage. Now I have a feeling... that's a lot of labourers. I was going to say, I have a feeling like we're going to just be struggling to harvest these, but with all those labourers, don't think that's going to be an issue. So we're just going to let this city grow again. Going to get the people back on their boats, getting as much fish as possible for winter. There we go, every household's got a nice amount of fish now. And as we're now growing, we can have one builder just to get things moving again and building. Okay, this time he would like dried fish, so let's sell him some dried fish. Here you go, mate, have your dried fish. There you go, fish. Let's say we always keep 1,000 on stock. And then that way, if I do run into trouble with food, I can always just release that back into the population. But it also means I can sell it as soon as I need to, if it's there ready to sell. There we go. Each time this guy goes to pick up food, it's 10. It's going to take a while to make it to 1,000. But it looks like we are on track to having a bumper harvest this year, which will be absolutely lovely after last year. And our population is rising again, so I was a little bit worried that we were going to kill everyone off there. But no, we're good. But on that note, guys, I'm going to end the video here, and I hope you enjoyed it and you learned a lot of new things. Please like and subscribe as I asked for at the beginning of the video, and I hope to see you on the next episode. See ya.